Good evening. Please rise for a salute to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Tonight, we'll be honoring two special people as we name them honorary members of the Pentelic chapter of the National Honor Society at Rockland High School. These honorees were chosen because they represent the four virtues of the National Honor Society. These virtues are scholarship, leadership, service, and character. They have truly embodied what it means to be a Bulldog through their contributions to Rockland High School. National Honor Society's Mia Radzik and Corinne Medford will now present these awards.
The first person the class of 2025 has chosen to induct into the National Honor Society is someone whose bubbly personality is infectious to all those around her, brightening students' days. Her enthusiasm for teaching creates an engaging environment in the classroom, with students excited to learn. She shows support to all her students, whether it's helping students understand a difficult concept or being there to talk and listen when students need her. From her fun classroom decor, projects, and assignments to her craftiness for Halloween, her creativity shines through everything she does. Her commitment to her students extends far past the normal school hours. She has chaperoned travel club trips, runs the environmental club, and helps out as a class advisor. If not in her room, you'll probably find her hanging out with her best friend across the hall. The class of 2025 is very proud to name Miss Ashley Layton an honorary member of the National Honor Society.
Our next inductee is someone who always has a positive and uplifting attitude. She always brightens students' day with a smile or a quick conversation and has a kind and loving personality. She has raised 3 kids who all graduated from Rockland High and works hard teaching students during the week as well as at night school. She is very understanding in the classroom and always tries her best to help her students understand the material and pass her class. She is a mom all the way through with her nurturing personality, which she expresses in the classroom as well as when she is leading the math team. You can often find her knitting hats and sweaters for her grandchildren during class or dog block. After 24 years of teaching at Rockland High School, she's retiring at the end of the year. We are all going to miss her so much. The class of 2025 is honored to name Miss Valerie Mulready as an honorary member of the National Honor Society.
Members of the Pentelic chapter of the National Honor Society of Rockland High School, candidates for induction, Superintendent Dr. Alan H. Cron, Principal Cheryl Shipper, members of the school committee, faculty members, honored parents, family, and friends, we are here tonight for the 70th induction of the Pentelic chapter of the National Honor Society. We feel it is important that our candidates for induction receive adequate knowledge relative to the origins, ideals, and objectives of this organization. As the 12th century dawned, increased enrollments in the secondary schools of our country stimulated the development of the social aspects of high school through extracurricular activities. Improving scholarship had long been a part of the administrative routine in American schools, but little emphasis was made to provide social stimulation of scholarship in the student body itself. In 1903, the first high school honor society was organized under the direction of Dr. William B. Owen at the Southside Academy in Chicago. This organization still exists today as an independent society, although its rules and regulations are very similar to those of the National Honor Society. The idea of forming high school honors groups spread rapidly. In 1919, at the Chicago Convention of the National Association of Secondary School Principals, consideration was given to the question of forming a national organization. The formation of a national organization was proposed by a committee with J.G. Masters as the chairman. The following year in Cleveland, the Masters Committee made their report accompanied by an outline of a proposed constitution. The report of the committee was accepted and approved as a result. The American Torch Society was founded. The name of the organization was later changed to National Honor Society. The National Honor Society and its activities have become essential to the influence of modern secondary schools. The National Honor Society has the following aims and goals for secondary education. 1. An enthusiasm for good scholarship throughout the school. 2. An encouragement and a desire for students to render service to the school and community. 3. A plan for self-evaluation of the students and the potential elements of leadership qualities within them. 4. A stimulus to the student to observe and practice those acts that develop strength and character. 5. The scope of the scholarship in society gives the students a significant and unusual prestige. 6. An encouragement to the student to continue their learning and education. In October 1956, on the direction of the first advisor, Gertrude Ellsworth, the honor students of Rockland High School became affiliated with the National Honor Society. The name Pentelic was selected by the permanent title of our local chapter. The constitution of the Pentelic chapter was accepted by the National Councils of Secondary School Principals, and the charter was granted on October 30th, 1956. The first induction took place the following spring. What is the origin of the name Pentelic? In Athens, on the highest part of the Acropolis, near its center, was the chief building and the most perfect representation of Grecian architecture, the Parthenon. It derived its name from the fact that it was dedicated in honor of Athena Parthenos, goddess of wisdom and learning. The Parthenon was built under the administration of Pericles, was completed in 1938 BC. It was constructed entirely of white glistening Pentelic marble obtained by the quarries of Mount Pentelicus. In June 1957, due to the efforts of Miss Ellsworth, Rockland High School was recipient of a block of Pentelic marble. It was sent to the society as a gift and a symbol by Dr. Bert Hodge Hill, a noted classical archaeologist in Athens. This Pentelic marble is a symbol and a strength of our society throughout the years. The Greek objective was a beauty in marble that would appeal to the highest intellectual and moral perception of the age, one that would make spectators think of pure and noble things. Qualities of the Greeks were dignity, sobriety, and self-restraint. These were the qualities of a people who were not to revel in the luxuries of peace and wealth or yield to individualistic self-indulgence, but to practice submission to strict discipline and to apply themselves to noble tasks. The Parthenon then was a symbol. Each one of us is the architect of his or her own life. It is the temple that we must sculpt by fostering the noble qualities expressed in the Hellenic aspirations. May our ideals rise to the intellectual beauty of the Pentelic temple and the spiritual aspirations of the Middle Ages. I now will call Secretary Emily Gustafson to call the roll of the Pentelic chapter.
Mohammed Assad. Mo will be attending a four-year college to study mechanical aerospace engineering. Nicole Cedroni. Nicole will be attending a four-year university to study data science and international relations. Emily Dunham. Emily will be attending a four-year college to study child psychology. Kaylani Farrell. Kaylani will be attending a four-year college to study exercise science. Jessica Galuli. Jessica will be attending a four-year college to study nursing. Regan Glennon. Regan will be attending a four-year university to study environmental engineering. Emily Gustafson. I will be attending a four-year college to study elementary education. Shannon Gustin. Shannon will be attending a four-year university to study marketing and journalism. Logan Hatch.
Logan will be attending a four-year university to study civil engineering. Megan Joyce. Megan will be attending a four-year college to study communications and media. Madison Lorgery. Maddie will be attending a four-year university to study nursing. Gavin Matos. Gavin will be attending a four-year college to study business. Colin McKenna. Colin will be attending a four-year university where he will study chemistry. Corinne Medford. Corinne will be attending a four-year college to study psychology. Katie McPartlin. Katie will be attending a four-year college to study criminal justice. Savannah Milso. Savannah will be attending Curry College to study nursing and volleyball. Catherine Minnie. Kat will be attending a four-year university to study animal science on the pre-veterinary track. Lily O'Connell. Lily will be attending a four-year university to receive her master's degree in occupational therapy. Malia Olenek. Malia will be attending a four-year university to study biology. Mia Radzik. Mia Radzik will be attending Southern Connecticut State University to study nursing and play soccer.
Secretary, are there any candidates for induction into the National Honor Society?
Yes, the principal, Mrs. Shipper, has informed me that 18 juniors and 3 seniors have fulfilled the requirements for induction to the National Honor Society.
Worthy candidates. The emblem of the National Honor Society is the keystone in the flaming torch. The keystone bears at its base the 4 virtues of this society: character, scholarship, leadership, and service. Just as the keystone forms the base to hold the perfect arch in perpetual stability, so do the structures of the education must be held firm and true to the purpose of life by the virtues represented in this symbol. Within the Pentelic chapter, it is the duties of the virtues to emulate the artistic eloquence of Grecian oratory. May each one of the virtues give you inspiration, for happy is the man that finds truth and wisdom and understanding.
The word character comes from the Greeks and means an instrument to engrave or brand. Character is how we brand ourselves. The brand is the sum total of personal qualities, which together contribute to the person as a whole. Character is the physical embodiment of all the finest ethical, moral, and spiritual qualities. A person of character need not conform to the thoughts of society, but rather introduces new ideas which help develop one's own standards in life. This person directs life according to principles and develops an ordered set of rules by which to govern themselves. Character is the one quality you can do the most to develop or change. While many of a person's qualities depend on genetic inheritance and environment, character may be changed, altered, or developed at a speed and in a direction dictated by the individual. The result is that of the individual's doing and none others. Through the force of a person's will, that person's character may be strengthened to encompass other aspects of a personality as well. A stronger character will contribute to better self-esteem and confidence and will empower the individual to reach out for their distant, elusive, yet not impossible dreams. A person of character is one of strength, but of considerable moral, ethical, and spiritual strength.
Scholarship is a love for learning and the quality of knowledge shown by a student. And education is not an accumulation of facts, but the instillment of a love for truth. Students will especially excel when they love what they are learning. The quest for knowledge disciplines the mind. Without this discipline, a person's intellect would lead to nothing. Scholarship keeps people hungry for learning and for the curiosity that leads to the greatest discoveries. This love for learning would not be possible except for the determination of both the parent and the teacher, for they give each student the insight to accept the quality of knowledge that makes learning more exciting and worthwhile. Students learn that scholarship leads to a greater understanding of themselves and the world around them. Throughout their lives at Rockland High School, the students here tonight have demonstrated what the meaning of the word scholarship is. They have achieved a high scholastic standing and have made it clear they desire to continue their education. These students have not wasted their years in school, but have realized their great importance to the rest of their lives. These years have taught them to ask questions and how to find the answers.
Leadership is the art of direction of others in conduct and achievement. It challenges the virtues of a person's soul. It will show one's goodness and mercy as well as one's selfishness and iniquity. One who has the strength of character develops a strong personality, which is the motive force of leadership, embodying beauty, truth, and goodness. These are the qualities of which leaders are made. Every person can be a leader. It makes no matter how humble, how lowly, or how meek one may be. If one can follow, one can lead. When anyone sees another wander from the pathway, it is that person's mission to seek this person and lead them back again, for every man is his brother's keeper. A leader, like a junior executive, has a need for tact. A leader will use courtesy to take the sharp edge off power and never treat an idea, even a poor one, with contempt. A leader must deal justly with complaints and will not hesitate to ask pardon for their mistakes. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking the initiative in school and class activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to attain the same objectives. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a country, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed, thus to lead is a substantive charge to each of our members and to the candidates. In order to mold citizens concerned with the advancement of humanity and to create leaders who will maintain the American way of life, the National Honor Society recognizes and demands leadership among its members. What is the worth of a person who will not advance their ideals and strive to attain their goals? A person may be brilliant, noble, and charitable, and thereby a good person, but in addition to these attributes, if they are leaders, then they are also individuals of enormous consequence.
Service can be described in various ways. In a routine of a day's work, many opportunities arise to help others. Willingness to work for the benefit of those in need, without monetary compensation or without recognition, is the quality we seek in our membership. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and abilities to the creation of a better tomorrow. We all have talents within us, hidden and known. We also have truths, experiences, and skills to share. When our contributions fill a need in someone's life, even if for a short period of time, this is a service. Assistance, a necessary part of life, is needed at some time by everybody. At least once in our lives, we have needed help in math, science, term papers, or even simply dealing with the rigorous demand of life. The National Honor Society believes that helping others with their innate abilities, whether they be in the fields of math, science, English, the arts, or communication with people. We as members and the future members of the National Honor Society shall endeavor to pursue these interests and abilities where they will enable us to serve society for the common good. In our school life, service is considered as the contributions of time and effort, not with any hope of reward, but rather with the altruistic desire to be of benefit to others. Our duties and projects within the school are numerous. We serve as peer tutors and help raise funds for various causes. This year we volunteered at the Rockland Holiday Stroll, hosted a blood drive for the Boston Children's Hospital, tutored middle and high school students, and placed flags for veterans at the Massachusetts National Cemetery. By providing these services, we have gained, perhaps not money or social graces, but instead a development in character. Service, sometimes a difficult part of life, changes us for the better. We learn about our limitations, both ours and our own, by helping out the needy people through their challenging times in life. By giving service, we not only help someone pass a class or stand up after they have fallen, but also receive a good feeling about ourselves and life in general.
The flaming torch is the emblem of our purposes to bear forward the searching light of truth, to lead that others may follow in the light, to keep burning in our schools the high ambition for enduring values of life, and to serve in the consideration of others. Vice President, will you please exemplify the torch?
The emblem of the society is the keystone and the flaming torch. The keystone bears at the base the letters CSLS, which stand for character, scholarship, leadership, and service, the four cardinal principles of this organization. As the keystone is placed by the builder to hold the perfect arch and perpetual stability, so the structure of our education must be held firm and true to the purpose of life by the virtues represented in the symbol. Character. The composition of all common virtues set the seal of righteousness upon every endeavor. Scholarship is the power of the mind to dispel ignorance and superstition through significance and investigation of truth. Leadership is the power of personality that blazes a trail for man's upward climb. Service is the beginning and end of our education. Thus is the emblem symbolic of our purposes, to bear forward the searching light of truth, to lead that others may follow in the light, to keep burning in our school, and high ambition for enduring values of life, and to serve. These purposes are symbolized by the torch and the strength of the keystone.
Worthy candidates, you are now ready for induction into the Pentelic chapter of the National Honor Society. Repeat the following pledge after me. I pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, to which I've been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school, and I will maintain and encourage high standards of scholarship, service, leadership, and character. Worthy candidates, it now gives me great pleasure to present you with the official insignia of this organization, your National Honor Society pin. The Constitution of the Pentelic chapter states that any member who fails to maintain the standards that were the basis for their selection must surrender their pin. Your pin is the emblem of the National Honor Society. Wear it honorably and proudly so that everyone may know you are a worthy scholar. I will present you with your membership card and pin. The motto of the National Honor Society, Noblesse oblige, means that people of high rank must behave generously and nobly towards others. Nobility obligates. Treasurer, will you please read the names of each of the candidate who will come forward to receive their official emblems?
Riley Boylan. Madison Dever. Anderson Dorr. Abigail Gustafson. Emily Holbrook. Harrison Holbrook. Kaylee Kelleher. Cooper LaRocco. Molly Lucas. Erin Maroney. Kira Mason. Molly McRory. Olivia Pumphrey. Brianna Quinlan. Aaron Ramponi. Ashlyn Reddy. Caleb Wallow. Kiara Williams. Gavin Matos. Savannah Milso. Catherine Minnie.
At this time, the principal of Rockland High School, Ms. Cheryl Shipper, will present the National Honor Society certificates to the senior members.
Mohammed Assad. Nicole Cedroni. Emily Dunham. Kaylani Farrell. Jessica Galuli. Regan Glennon. Emily Gustafson. Shannon Guston. Logan Hatch. Megan Joyce. Madison Lordry. Gavin Matos. Katie McPartlin. Corinne Medford. Savannah Milso. Catherine Minnie. Lily O'Connell. Malia Olenek. Mia Radzik. And Colin McKenna.
Thank you, Ms. Shipper. Congratulations to all the new members of the National Honor Society. We'd like to invite the audience to join us in the cafeteria for some refreshments and to congratulate all of the members in the receiving line. Please exit through the doors to my right to join the line. I now declare the induction ceremony for 2024 close.